Hello friends, I am Dr. Deepak Garg. I am Director and Head Orthopedic Surgery at Ahan Healthcare, Rohini, New Delhi. And today we will discuss about anteromedial approach to elbow. This approach can be used for open reduction, internal fixation of humerus medial condyle fractures. We can use this approach for removal of the loose bodies from the elbow. We can use the approach for sometimes for fracture coronoid process of ulna. Let's start with the position. We keep the patient in supine position. We keep the arm on the arm board with the 90 degree of the abduction. We will external rotate the shoulder so that the medial part of the elbow is just in front of us, and we will sit in the axilla so that we can easily expose the medial side of the elbow, and we can use tourniquet in this approach, and then we can rotate the elbow by 90 degree so that the medial part will become more exposed. So then we will mark the surgical landmarks. We will mark the medial epicondyle and the medial supracondylar ridge. Then we will mark the skin incision. We will take a 8 to 10 centimeter of curved skin incision centering over the medial epicondyle. So this is our skin incision. Then we will cut the subcute in line with the skin incision. As soon as we cut the subcute, so let's understand the anatomy of the structures that will come after we will cut the subcute. So from the diagram we can see there is a medial intermuscular septum, and the ulnar nerve is passing through the medial intermuscular septum, and then ulnar nerve is going into the flexor carpi ulnaris muscle, and the muscle behind the medial intermuscular septum is a triceps muscle, and the muscle above we can see is a biceps muscle, and the nerve just posterior to the biceps we can see in the diagram is a median nerve, and we can see the forearm muscle, the pronator teres muscle is taking origin from the humerus, and the another muscle that we must know is a brachialis muscle. So we are marking the muscle in the diagram. So these are all the structures that we must be aware of before we proceed for the approach. So now we have an idea about the anatomy. So first we will identify the ulnar nerve. We know that the ulnar nerve passes behind the medial epicondyle. So we are taking a medial approach. So we will take our finger just posterior to the medial epicondyle, in the groove just posterior to the medial epicondyle, and we will try to palpate the ulnar nerve against the bone. It is a cord-like structure. So as soon as we palpate the nerve, we will split the fascia over the ulnar nerve. We will isolate and preserve the ulnar nerve. We will separate the nerve. So this is the first part of our approach. So after we retract the ulnar nerve, we will take the anterior flap. So anterior flap of the skin along with the fascia overlying the pronator teres. We identify the pronator teres. So the fascia of the pronator teres we will go along with the flap anteriorly. So we will retract it. So as soon as we will do this, we will expose the superficial flexor muscles of the forearm. So we already know from the anatomy that the two muscles that are important to us, the flexor carpi ulnaris, the other superficial muscles, and the pronator teres tendon, we need to identify these structures at this level. So once we identify the structures, we need to identify the plane between the pronator teres muscle and the brachialis muscle. We identify the muscles, we identify the plane, and then so during the identifying this plane, so we need to see that the median nerve which is there above the brachialis muscle will pass through the pronator teres muscle. So we need to identify the median nerve, and then we will retract the pronator teres muscle on the medial side. So during the retraction we need to see that medial nerve must not be injured during this step. So after we have retracted the pronator teres, so by now we have already exposed the medial epicondyle, so the medial superficial flexor muscles of the forearm, and the brachialis muscle, or the once we have this, we have the anterior part of the humerus is also exposed. So if we have the fractures of the medial epicondyle or the medial condyle, we can fix the fracture with this approach. Now if you want to go to the intra-articular and fix the coronoid or the fractures of the elbow joint or the trochlea, Then we will have to take a osteotomy of the medial epicondyle through this approach. So before we plan the osteotomy or take the osteotomy of the medial condyle, we first need to preserve the ulnar collateral ligament. So to prevent injury to the ulnar collateral ligament, we first pass a Hohmann or a periosteum underneath the ulnar collateral ligament, and we will take the osteotomy just medial to the insertion of the pronator teres muscle. So we have preserved the collaterals and the attachment of the superficial flexor muscles of the forearm, and we take the osteotomy. And after we take the osteotomy is complete. Then we will retract the osteotomy, and along with the ulnar collateral ligament and the other superficial muscles, we will retract the osteotomy part distally. So as soon as we will retract the this part distally, then we will have this biceps muscle along with the brachialis muscle anteriorly and the triceps muscle posteriorly. So we will retract the triceps muscle posteriorly and the biceps muscle anteriorly. So by doing this, we will be able to expose the capsule of the elbow joint. So we will cut the capsule, we will reach the joint. Here we can do the reduction or our definitive procedure. So this was approach to the elbow joint, anteromedial approach to the elbow joint. So for more such video, like, share and subscribe to our channel. Thank you guys. Thank you very much.